Yes. Come on, come on. Sit down. Sit down. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Sit down. I know some of y'all looking confused, like nobody is standing up. That's why we did the smoke. We're gonna edit that out in post. They're gonna have me in a full standing ovation when I come out. It's nice to be here, man. Taping my HBO special. This is nice. I'm glad to be doing this. Yeah. I wasn't even gonna do this. They just threw me on last minute because I just bought this jacket and it's the only thing I got invited to this weekend. So it had to happen, you know? That's one thing COVID taught me. Wear your outfits as soon as you get them. Yeah. Don't save them. You never know when they're gonna take this away from us. You'll be stuck. I went into a depression during the pandemic for different reasons. Because at first when I was nervous, I was like, no, this is crazy. We gotta stay inside and stop the spread. And then after a couple weeks, I was like, when am I gonna wear these pea coats? I was ready to come out. As soon as things opened up, I was outside in my best outfits. I didn't care what the event was. I was overdressed to everything. I swear to God, I was the flyest nigga at the protest. Dressed to the T. I showed up to Lou in a suede tuxedo. Everybody was confused. Like, is this nigga from corporate? Why is he stealing a TV in a suede tuxedo? That's not how you steal electronics. He's gonna get hurt. I like the pandemic for the break it gave us from each other. I think we needed that, you know? Things was getting out of hand being on top of each other all the time. You know? Like traveling was getting too annoying for me. Not for me. I like to travel. I don't like it when other people travel. I don't. A lot of new travelers now. People start traveling and they think they better than you. And I blame Groupon. Groupon had to go and make every vacation affordable. Now you got people that never left the hood flying to Iceland for $175. Then they come back and get cocky with you. Now I gotta listen to a nigga with face tats talk about the Northern Lights for 3 hours. They get mad when you don't understand. It's like, dude, don't talk to me about science. There's a Virgin Mary tattooed on your face. Talk to me about that. I want to learn about that. There was too much too fast, especially if you're a real New Yorker. Y'all know New Yorkers, we're not created to just go experimenting all over the world. We function here. We know the rules to survive here. There's rules to New York City. It's common sense to us. Like you get on a train, there's a homeless guy in the corner with a curtain around him. You stay out of his apartment. That makes sense to us. But you can't take a man used to wearing Timberland boots at the beach and just drop him off in the middle of Iceland, okay? No corner store bodegas, nowhere to get Lucy cigarettes. It's very dangerous. You gotta take niggas out the hood incrementally. Take them to Six Flags first. You gotta behave at Pride Fest. Then we'll talk about traveling. Because I travel now, but I had to learn how to do it. I wasn't born with it. Like, I didn't know vacations were supposed to be relaxing. Y'all knew that? I didn't know that. My parents were immigrants. Immigrant parents don't go on vacation to relax. Immigrant parents use vacation like the Scared Straight program. When they take the badass kids to the prisons, that's how they'll treat you. They'll take you to the worst part of their home country to show you what your life would be like. If you keep fucking up. I remember the first time I went on vacation with my family, they just took me to a lake. They was like, this is where we went to school. I was like, how you go to school in a lake? It's a lake. They was like, keep backing up, you'll find out. I learned at a young age that summer vacation was a different experience for the immigrant kids compared to the white American kids, whole family born and raised here. Just culturally, it was different. Because the teacher would quiz us when we got back. She wanted to know, so she asked. She started with the white kids. Hey, Tucker, how was your summer? What did you learn? And Tucker would have a beautiful story. He'd be like, well, me and my family went to Europe and we visited all the museums and we learned all about the Roman Empire. She'd be like, wow, that's fantastic. Then she'd get excited and ask me, how about you, Ian? What did you learn? And I'm 9 years old, like, well, me and my family went to the Dominican Republic. And I learned how to masturbate without electricity, so. They used to send me to the principal's office. I used to get mad, like, no, I don't know what Tucker was doing with his vacation. Anybody can masturbate in Europe, that's easy. That's white privilege, everybody knows that. You do it in a third world country, that builds character. That takes determination and imagination. Y'all should have seen the pictures I was painting at 9 years old. That's when I knew I was gonna be an artist. I was like, I think I got what it takes. I'm a creative. Now I'm 31, and I'm single, not married. I see some couples in here tonight. You guys look good. I like couples. I'm trying to be in a couple. My own, I don't wanna join your couple. Now you gotta be clear about that now. There's people out there being in a happy relationship, then all of a sudden just want other people to join their couple. There's a word for them. They're called people that wanna date multiple partners. They're men. That's the word I'm looking for. That was our thing first. They're trying to steal it from us. And I'm not gonna pretend it's not fun being a single guy, but I don't get the comfort like you people in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, you can get comfortable, you know? When you're single, you can't get comfortable. You gotta stay up to date with all the new sex that comes out, because sex updates now. I don't know why. For thousands of years, it was the same. We agreed we was gonna all do it the same. From like the caveman era to like 2007, it was the same. Then I don't know what happened. Obama got elected, it just started updating. I don't know why. It comes at you fast, you know? I can't keep up. I remember when eating ass just came out. You guys remember that? Y'all remember when it was new? Not a lot of people, you couldn't get it everywhere. It was like Poke Bowls. Only certain regions of the country knew how to do it right. And people weren't open about it like they are now. Now they admit it. Back then, no one admitted it. Everyone had an uncle that would admit it, but he was way ahead of the curve. He shouldn't have been doing that. He just show up to the barbecue like, what y'all got on the grill? Y'all don't got no ass for me, do y'all? Your family would just be like, that's Uncle Freddie. He been talking about eating ass since the 70s. We don't know why he do it. Just keep the silverware away from him. We'll figure it out. Now we've evolved as a species. Eating ass. That's first base. That's like a bachelor's degree. That's not impressing anybody. And I'm not trying to pretend it's not fun being a single guy, or like it's harder to be a single guy than a single woman. It's not harder, but when you're a single guy, when you're hooking up randomly, you have sex, you gotta stay basic. You can't get too crazy, because you'll go to prison, you know? Women, y'all can take risks. Y'all can do whatever you want, because men will play along. We never want to feel like we left out of whatever new update going around is. So y'all can push it, but sometimes it get crazy. I remember this one time I was talking to this girl. We started kissing, nothing crazy, just making out normal. In the middle of it, she grabs me by the back of my head. And she took her 2 thumbs and just started ramming them into my eyeballs. She just started jamming her thumbs into my eyeballs. I'm in the middle of it, I'm getting my eyes gouged out. In the middle. And I had 2 thoughts in my head. One of them was like, dude, just pretend you like it. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. You're gonna think she better than you. Don't let her have that. And then my other thought was like, but you just got LASIK. You can't be out here doing shit like this. This is gonna ruin your corneas. You shouldn't be doing this. No part of me thought, hey, just tell her to stop. I didn't even think that was an option. Because, man, we rationalize things in our head. I had made peace with it. I was like, oh, no, this is just what white women are doing in Minnesota. Okay. I guess that settles the debate about who's hornier, men or women. I was willing to lose my vision for a 6 in Minnesota. I don't think you ladies ever willing to go down that route. Every time I tell people that story, I get 2 different reactions. Because when I tell women, they're very empathetic. They're like, I can't believe you let that happen to you. That is crazy. You could have got yourself hurt. Then I'll tell a man, and they're like, nigga, sometimes you gotta lose your vision. What are you gonna do? They'll start bringing the Bible into it for no reason. God only gives his biggest battles to his strongest soldiers. This is just the cross you gotta carry. And my family, you know, they want me to settle down. They'll bring it up, you know. You come from an immigrant family, you know, they'll put that pressure on you. You ever had your family shame you for being single in public? Why is always the person in the worst relationship that wants to give you advice? I got an uncle like that. Every time he see me, he's like, yeah, you still single, man? You don't know what it's like to have somebody else where you're holding them down and they're holding you down and you're holding each other down and it's just an unbreakable bond, man. It's beautiful. I'm like, your wife tried to stab you. I drove you to the hospital. She stabbed you. Man. He's like, yeah, but she didn't leave. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to get you one like this. And my family, they don't care where I'm at. They'll just bring it up. They don't care what I'm doing. Like tonight, I'm filming a special. They don't care. They'll bring it up. After the show, yo, Ian, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what you mean? I just bought this jacket. I'm doing okay. Wow. They're like, no, not the jacket. Why you here by yourself? What's going on? You can't find a nice lady to settle down with? Can't find a pretty girl willing to settle down with you? I never get mad or embarrassed. I just tell them the truth. I'm like, listen, it's not my fault. It's because women don't settle anymore. No, that was back in the day. When you could trick a beautiful woman into marrying you on discount, she didn't know what was out there. She thought you was the best she could do. She didn't know. Now, they know. Thanks a lot, Instagram. You ruined it. Ruined it for everybody. They don't want to settle down anymore. No. Every single woman in here thinks they're one bikini photo away from a DM from Michael B. Jordan. They're not settling down with you. You're allowed to have whatever crazy expectations you have of dating as a woman. You can just have them now. They encourage it with each other. I hear them. I hear them. Girl, leave him. You don't need him. Who cares if he's a doctor? You're on OnlyFans. You're the breadwinner. You leave him. I had a woman tell me to my face that she wasn't even gonna consider a relationship unless she could be promised a love like The Notebook. That's what she wanted, the movie with Ryan Gosling. That's what she was looking for. She wanted me to go fight in a war while she fucked another guy. She said that to my face. I said, I gotta wait for you to get Alzheimer's to be with you? This seems like a lot. I remember when you just had to be tall, remember that? And that's all you had to aspire to as a man. That's all women cared about. You didn't need to have a job or make any money. Just tall, that's it. They used to ask me, career day, Ian, what do you want to be when you grow up? And with all the confidence in the world, I'll reply, 6'2". And the teacher would understand. She'd be like, you see, Ian's ambitious. This kid gets it. He understands what it takes to be successful. Now, you can't just be tall. No, that's not enough. I made a mistake. I asked a girl what was her type. Guys, don't ask. You're not her type. I'll tell you that right now. You're never her type. But I asked, I want to know. So what kind of guys do you usually date? And I feel like she was trying to embarrass me because she didn't even have to say all this. She's like, oh, I don't really date guys like you. I was like, you ain't need to do that motion with your hand. I feel like this was unnecessary. I kind of just understood from the words, but okay. She's like, nah, it ain't you. It's that my ex-boyfriend had neck tattoos. So I think it's real sexy when a man has tattoos all over his neck. And I was like, oh, well, if it helps you feel any better, I also am unemployed. So, not that different, me and your ex. I think you have a type, Cindy. That's what's fascinating about women. Y'all can just have a type. Y'all decide at an early age, it's the kind of men I like, and it's the only type of man you'll date. And as you get older, it don't matter how attractive he is, if he's not your type, you just won't sleep with him. That's fascinating to me. Because, man, we have a type also. But I've never met a guy that takes that shit seriously. Here's a sentence you're never gonna hear from a man, ladies. I told you, I can't sleep with you. You got big titties. I like medium titties. I'm sorry. You're not my type. This isn't gonna work out. Man, we have a type the same way we have a dream car. It's very unrealistic. When you're young, you're ambitious. You're young, early 20s, you're like, you want shit to prove. You're like, one day I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna get a Ferrari, you'll see. Then you get older, your hairline starts receding, and you're like, I'll take a minivan, yeah. I just need to get around, man. And I'm not trying to make excuses for the men in the room, I'm not. But women, y'all control dating now, you know? You're in charge, which is fine. We had a good run. 10,000 years, it was good, it was fun. I'm just saying, give us time to adjust, though. A lot of new rules when it comes to dating now. Give us some time. Like women, y'all don't even get upset after breakups anymore. When did this happen? I thought you broke up with somebody, she was supposed to be sad. That's what every R&B song in the 90s said was gonna happen. Y'all remember the music video always had a girl crying under a staircase or in a hallway? That's what I thought was gonna happen when I broke up with somebody. Because your friends, they'll lie to you. They're like, don't worry, she's not going anywhere. You got some time. Man. Figure it out. She'll be there when you get back. Not anymore. You break up with a woman now, she starts living her best life immediately. No, don't clap. I don't like it. It's too fast. I don't like it. You get into an argument tonight. In the morning, she's posting from Bali. Like, when the fuck did you go to Indonesia? I wanted to watch the game. You flew to Indonesia overnight? These Groupon deals are ridiculous. I can't keep doing this. And again, not making excuses for the men, but sometimes women like to call us immature. That's a line I hear a lot. Men are so immature. But I need y'all to understand, when it comes to relationships, man, we gotta figure this out on our own. There's nobody we can speak to. That's why it takes us longer. Women, y'all have coaching. Y'all got people y'all can speak to. Y'all going through relationship trouble, y'all get on the phone, you have a whole team of women that'll take a week off work and move into your apartment, have your living room looking like the Pentagon War Room with TV monitors all over the living room so they can dissect every message he's ever sent to you ever. Then they'll move on to phase 2. Y'all know what phase 2 is in a breakup? It's a brunch. They'll schedule a small brunch. That's what they'll call it, a small brunch. 67 women will show up to a restaurant on a Sunday afternoon dressed like they're going to the Met Gala. And that's where the real work gets done. That's where you decide as a unit when you text back, when you don't text back, when you block him, when you unblock him. Now they're so sophisticated, they don't even need to ask any question. They just got to know two things they need to know. When's his birthday and what time he was born. They can tell you everything they need to know about his personality. These women don't play fair. That's why I always tell them, men, guys, listen, you got to stop telling women when your real birthday is. I'm serious. They'll research it, they learn everything they need to know about you, and they'll use it against you. Don't tell them. You got to do what I do. I don't tell women my real birthday. I'll ask you what your birthday is, then I'll go on Google and I'll look up the best match with your birthday. Then I pretend that's my birthday. Then every time we get into an argument, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. The stars say we belong together, so. I think this is a you problem. My moon is in alignment. It's nice to have somebody you can speak to when you're going through relationship trouble. You know, somebody you can just run your problems by. They'll give you a clear perspective. That's nice. Y'all think we don't want that? But who we gonna speak to? Men? You ever had a good conversation with a man about anything? Now really think about that. Juggle your memory. When was the last time you left a conversation with an adult man? Thinking, nah, I'm glad I did that. He understood exactly what I was talking about. This wasn't a complete waste of time. Men don't give good advice. I don't care how old you are, no man in here gives good advice. And it's not because we're stupid. I don't like that narrative. We're not stupid. We're selfish. It's different. We only think about ourselves. Like, you come talk to me about relationships, I'll talk to you. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a single guy. Single guys, we just want all of our boys to be single with us so we can run the town together. So you come talk to me, I might ruin your life. I'm being honest. I need minor inconvenience. I'm like, dude, you don't need to be with her. Those kids are 6 and 7 years old. They're practically adults. Pack your bags. We going out. It's wing night. You're 47. You're too young to be thinking about a family. And ladies, I think y'all got a misconception about men in our relationship with our boys. Because I think women can keep it real with each other. Like, when y'all going through stuff, if you tell your homegirl that you did something, she can tell you to your face, hey, you're wrong about that. You should apologize. But men, we ain't trying to have no awkward conversation with our boys. We'll say anything to avoid shit getting weird. I remember one time one of my boys going through it, so he got the whole gang together so we could give him advice. And basically this is what happened. He was hooking up with some girl, and I guess she wasn't into it like that, because he said that as soon as he took his clothes off, she just got up and said she had to go to work. And he was genuinely asking us, like, so y'all think she really had to go to work? And he had 3 adult men at the same time looking dead in his eyes and be like, yeah, you think it was you? No, she's probably a doctor. That's what it is. You can be a doctor at the strip club. Yeah, a lot of doctors work at the strip club. Can't count on your single friends. I know what y'all think. What about married men, right? You can speak to them. No, you can't. Married men are the worst. I don't speak to them at all. They're completely clueless to what's going on. Married men make me think marriage is like prison, because married men think dating still works the exact same way it did the day they got married. Like no one on the outside has updated. Married men think how men who just got out of prison dress. It was Sean John going in, Sean John coming out. They sound not updating for nobody. You ever tried to talk to a man who's been married a long time about women? It gets weird. Some of the stuff they suggest is borderline illegal. You're like, sir, that's a crime now. I can't do that. Seen a documentary on Netflix about that. I'm not doing that. I tried to talk to my grandfather about it. He was married 62 years. I'm thinking he's an expert on women, right? Let me throw some of my stuff at him. He knows what I need to be doing. He knows women. So I told him some of the stuff I was going through. I was like, Grandpa, I got this girl. I really like her. I've been after her for a little while, but I don't think she's feeling me the same way. I don't think she likes me. I'm trying to be respectful. I think I'm gonna just leave her alone. He was like, first of all, you're going about it all wrong. He's like, why are you speaking to her? Call her father. Get her father on the phone. He's like, call her father. Let him know you want to take his daughter out and he needs to do what's right for her. I said, what? This is what men were doing to women back in the day. Calling women's fathers, unsolicited. That's what they was doing to them. Could you imagine? No wonder you ladies needed a movement. That's what they was doing to them. You see a woman, you like her, call her father. Get her father on the phone. That was considered romantic. I said, that's a plot of the movie Taken, okay? I don't think that's how you do it anymore. I had to call him back. I was like, no, thank you, Grandpa. I'm not calling nobody's father. Young men, we know how to get women. We know what they like to see. So I'm gonna just send her pictures of my penis over the internet until she finally replies to me like somebody with class. Not calling your father like a pervert. I'm sorry, I was not raised that way. Come from a Christian family. I'm not doing that. And I feel like I was lied to. That's why I don't listen to men. Men lied to me. Everybody told me growing up, man, you gotta be careful. Once you turn 30, these women, their biological clock starts ticking. They're gonna wanna have a baby, so they're gonna try to trap you. So be careful when you're out there dating, because these women, they're gonna try to trap you. No woman has ever tried to trap me, ever. When is that coming? When is the trap coming? They're going the opposite. I'm going on dates. These women are taking Plan Bs like it's vitamin C, just mixing it right into their drink. I'm like, we having sex tonight? They're like, no, we just wanna make sure there's no way possible we can reproduce. Women don't wanna settle anymore. They don't care. Men wanna settle now. Completely flipped. All of my boys in their early 30s, they're either married or trying to get married because they're afraid they're gonna end up alone. One of my boys just met a girl 6 weeks ago. They just got together. 6 weeks ago they met. He's going around telling everybody he found the one. I'm like, you gotta see how this plays out. He's like, nigga, she's a manager at T-Mobile. I don't know if I can find another one like this. I gotta do what's right for me. My clock is ticking. I can't be out here experimenting. And man, we settle, we do it. We learn how to do it. But we got big egos. I know the male ego. We can't just come out and say, like, I can't do better, I'm settling down. That's not how you do it. When a man's ready to settle, that's what he gotta do. He gotta pretend that whatever girl he dates, that's the type of woman everybody should date. That's how you do it. And it don't matter what she look like. Like, you messing with a girl with no teeth, all you gotta do, start making fun of all your boys from still messing with girls with teeth. As soon as they walk in, you gotta hit them with it. Yo, you still fucking that shark bitch Keisha with all the teeth? They're gonna be home later that night like, should I be messing with girls with no teeth? Because my lady got perfect teeth and she's kind of annoying. So am I doing something wrong? Because, man, we got big egos, And I know women, y'all hate to deal with it. The male ego, very fragile thing. I know. But one of the benefits about the male ego is, man, we could just fabricate confidence where confidence has no business being. It's a gift. Women hate it. They don't like it, And I know women hate it because every woman has dealt with a guy so confident yet so flawed. You almost want to sit him down with a PowerPoint presentation and explain to him all the reasons why he shouldn't have confidence. Because women, they get frustrated. They're like, I don't get it. He's an unemployed DJ. Why is he so confident? You know why, ladies? Because, man, we don't need nothing. We don't need no one to tell us nothing. We just decide in our own head. We just flip a switch. Like, all right, confident about this now. And you can ask him, like, who told you was good at that? Be like, nobody. I just decided I'm the man at this now. It's everybody else's problem. You know when I realized men were the kings of false confidence? I had this dude I used to work with told me he was going to get into porn. He's going to do pornography. So I asked him, I was like, you got the equipment to do porn? You got a big... I thought porn was like the NBA. I thought you had to be big and black to compete. I didn't know anybody could just do it. But apparently it's open to everybody. I didn't know this. He told me that most of the penises in pornography are just average-sized penises. Isn't that crazy? Think about that. In pornography, that's professional sex. When a woman wants to get into sex work, she can't just show up. There's a look. She got to go get her body. There's a look. Men will just grow a mustache. Show up. I'm here for the sex. Get the cameras. Record this for the sex. You know how confident you got to be as a man to look in the mirror with a 4.5-inch penis and be like, I need to be having sex professionally. This needs to be shared all over the internet for everybody to enjoy. And look, that's not a cheap joke about porn. I'm just saying we got to show them more respect. We got to treat porn stars with average penises like motivational speakers. Bring them to the high schools. Let them talk to the kids. Let them know. Don't listen to the haters. You can do whatever you set your mind to. You work hard and dedicate your life to it. And look, don't look at me like that, okay? I'm in therapy. I'm working this shit out, all right? I got a therapist. You got to now. It's mandatory. In New York City, you got to have a therapist or you can't do indoor dining, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, but... Two things you got to do. You turn 30 in New York City. You got to buy an air fryer and then go to therapy in that exact same order. I showed up to therapy. My therapist was like, where's your air fryer? I was like, I didn't know you needed an air fryer. He's like, you go purchase an air fryer, then you come back and we'll work on your childhood. Got me a Jewish therapist. If y'all looking for therapy, go Jewish. No, they're very reliable. They know what they're doing. I had a Dominican therapist. Had to get rid of him. Found out he was a party promoter on the side. I ran into this nigga at the club. He tried to do a shot with me at the club. I was like, I'm not gonna be paying your copay if we gonna be doing shots together at the club. I should have known because his therapy sessions always used to interlap with his side hustle. I never picked up on it. He used to be like, Ian, you need to work on how you express yourself with others. This Friday night at Penthouse on my guest list. Between 9 and 12. I think a therapist a guest list? It's crazy. My Jewish guy's great though. I'll give you guys free therapy. This week told me. He said, if you want to better yourself, this is what you need to do. You gotta set small goals. Once you achieve those, you set bigger goals, and that's how you climb the ladder to becoming a better person. I said, perfect. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop texting and driving. He was like, that's a good one. Are you worried that you're putting other people's lives at risk? And I was like, no. I'm worried I'm putting my reputation at risk. And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, Shlomi. It's the Jewish guy. I said, well, Shlomi, I'm afraid one day I may get into a car accident and lose my life. And at the crashing, they're gonna recover my phone, try to piece together what I was doing when I got into this car accident, start reading all of my text messages all out of context. Then they go try to make an example out of me, take one of my text messages, put them up on a billboard on the side of a highway. Then every time somebody drive past this highway, they're gonna see a picture of me and a text message talking about eating ass. And everybody gonna think I died trying to eat ass. And I'm gonna be dead, so I won't be able to explain. I wasn't really trying to eat her ass. I was trying to get to know her. That's how you get to know women now. You gotta let her know you mean business. And Shlomi was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, I should have brought this up with my Dominican guy. This is more his expertise. Y'all don't worry about things like that? You ever worry about what happened if somebody recovered your phone, but you wasn't around to explain what you was doing on that phone? I realized this because I was at a red light. I was texting with a friend of mine. He coaches a basketball team, third grade boys basketball team, but he takes it real serious. He thinks it's like real life. And he was complaining to me about how the boys wasn't taking him serious. It was playoff time, but they wasn't paying attention. And I'm trying to console him. This is my last text message to him. So I said to him, I was like, if these little boys can't keep their mouth shut, then we just gonna have to get rid of them. What if that was the last text message I ever got to send out? You trust your friends? You think your friends will defend you? Mine won't. My friends are dicks. They'd be at my funeral like, Ian was a good dude, but he just couldn't leave those little boys alone. Just couldn't do it. And I talk about settling down a lot. You know, a lot of part of my act is about dating, because that's what my grandma always used to tell me. I remember she used to tell me, settle down young. Settle down young, because when you settle down young, you get to take romantic vacations with your partner all over the world. And that sounds good to me, because I'm tired of doing a guy trip. I think I'm getting too old for that. Like, I've done Vegas a bunch of times, I've done Miami a bunch of times, and that was fun. But my boy called me up the other day. He was like, Ian, you know what we still need to do? I was like, what? He was like, we need to go see Paris. I was like, I don't know if I want to go see the Eiffel Tower with my niggas. Like, that's not the type of vacation. I don't know if y'all noticed, not every vacation is meant for you to go on with other men. I learned that the hard way. Because a couple years ago, I thought it'd be a good idea to go on a cruise with my best friend. It was just me and him. We thought it was gonna be a singles cruise with a bunch of single girls running around, but it wasn't. It was just me and my best friend on a boat with 1,200 other couples for 7 days straight. And we both straight, but after being on a boat for like 3 days with just couples, you become a couple. That's just how it works. Everybody partners up on cruises. I didn't know that. Like there's a dinner where couples gotta wear matching outfits, and you don't wanna mess up anybody's picture, so you put on matching outfits. And then people come up to you, they'll give you compliments like, you guys look adorable. You just say thanks and keep it moving. You don't got time to explain to everybody that you're not together. You gotta go to the salsa class on the lover's deck. Y'all know how cruises work. They start on time. You show up late, you won't get a good seat. Here's why you don't go on a boat with another man. 7 days, that's a long time. You're gonna argue, but you're with another guy, so your arguments won't make sense. You start fighting about stuff that men shouldn't be fighting about, and it'll change your relationship. Like I got upset at my best friend at the dinner table because he was ordering too much dessert. That's not the type of stuff men should be fighting about. But that's my best friend. And diabetes runs in his family. I don't want to have to see him go through that. Craziest thing we did on the last night, we went to the magic show. Don't go to the magic show with your boys. There was a hypnotist at the magic show. He asked for 2 volunteers. He was like, can I have a single girl and a single guy to the stage? Right away, single girl volunteer. He called up to the stage. So I told my boy, I was like, look, there's a single girl. You should go up there. Maybe you could talk to her. So my boy volunteered. He called him up to the stage. Hypnotized both of them, had him playing games. It was fun. I was very excited and proud of my friend. I was standing up, clapping for him, cheering him on. I was cool. It was just weird for everybody else around us. Because everybody on the cruise had already got to know us as a black gay couple on the cruise. So they were just confused as to why I was so excited for my boy going back into the closet in the middle of the vacation. So for the rest of the trip, they just kept sending me drinks with little notes written on them. Like, you don't need to be with a man like that. You have... It's the last time I booked a vacation on Groupon. I'll tell you that. I don't like that. This is great, man. This is great. I had a crazy year. I lost my mom last year, which was really, it was a real tough time for me. I'm kind of still piecing that back together. My mom was one of the most gangster people I've ever met in my life. Strong Dominican woman. She was born in the Dominican Republic, moved to the United States at the age of 17, lived in the United States for over 45 years, never learned a word of English. People think that's lazy. I think that takes skill. You know how committed you gotta be to live somewhere for 45 years and not pick up on a single word? That takes Navy SEAL level training. And that's a knock on immigrants. That's what we tell them. We're like, if you're gonna move to this country, you gotta learn our language and adapt to our culture. We say that. America, the country that won't adapt to the metric system. The international unit for measuring. We're like, yeah, we're not gonna learn that. That's what everybody uses. You ever travel to Europe, they'll try to convince you. They're like, look, kilometers is a lot easier. And we're like, yeah, but we already made our sign, so I'm sorry. You guys gotta change. That's how it works. I think not adapting to society is the most American thing you could do. And I'm a proud American, born and raised in New York City. If I ever had to live in another country, I ain't adapting to shit. I'm bringing New York City with me. I got a New York attitude. I can't live anywhere else. I could be in the nicest place. I could be in Canada. I get on the train pissed off for no reason. Like, yo, why nobody masturbating in here? Nobody masturbates on your trains? I don't like it. I don't feel safe. Take me home. Guys, I'm here, Lara. You guys have been great. Thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. This means a lot to me. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, man.